Hello and welcome to the Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast with me, clinical somatic educator and founder of Total Somatics, Heidi Hadley. The Somatic Movement and Mindset podcast has been designed to help you gain a deeper understanding to how your mind and body work. You will learn about your amazing mind and body and why over time you can feel pain, recurring injuries and poor posture. Within this podcast, I will teach you why this doesn't have to be your future or the norm for you. Would you like to learn how to reduce pain, move freely, and gain a new lease of life? Let's get started. Hello and welcome back. Now, before we get started, if you're watching this on the Total Somatics YouTube channel, please could you like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell so that the next time an episode goes out, you are the very first to find out. Also, because this current podcast series that I'm holding are extracts taken from a recent free online event that I held, there are some slides. And so if you are watching this or you're listening to this on a podcast, when you get the opportunity, please go to the YouTube channel Total Somatics and enjoy these slides because it will just add that extra bit of depth to what I'm discussing. So in today's extract, we're going to look at the process of pandiculation, which is really instrumental in total somatic movement. This is where we really start to change the landscape between your brain and what's happening in your muscles. This is where we start to actually soften and release the tension in the belly of your muscles. So this is a really important episode to fully understand and really embody that process of pandiculation. So enjoy. So pandiculation is pretty cool because what we're actually doing, and that's why I've got a picture of like the alarm clock, we're literally waking up your brain map with the process of pandiculation, because until now, many of these areas have been in a slumber. They've just been asleep. They've just stayed in a contracted state. So we want to jumpstart them, or we want to wake them up so that you now start to use more areas of your brain. You live more consciously, more mindfully, instead of being stuck in some of these subconscious programs or patterns, which again, unless we are asking those questions that I mentioned to you earlier, unless we're noticing these things, we just continue to live mindlessly and subconsciously. And I don't mean that in an insulting way at all, but that's what happens. We can just start to live in an autopilot for many, many years. And it's only when we get pain and discomfort that we think we've got to do something about this. So let me share with you the 3-step process to release the muscle tension with pandiculation. So what we do when we do our practice is we contract the muscle. When we contract the muscle, it starts to wake up your brain map, that sensory motor cortex. It jumpstarts and wakes your brain up. Then when we start to slowly release that movement, or that contraction, should I say, we are teaching your brain to muscle connection, the choreography of how to fully release and let go of a contracted muscle. And then at the end, we go, oh, and we just rest. And the rest is just as important as the contraction and the slow release. Because if you are a green light person, for instance, you are used to just doing these reps all the times and go, I'm going to bang out as many as I can. And yet when we rest, we're allowing this integration. We're allowing your nervous system to go, just let it go, just let it go. And it might be that when you do the movement, you spend an extra breath or two, just letting any residue tension that you're still holding, primed, ready for the next move, you're going to let that go. So we are changing the patterns of behavior that you've had. And we keep repeating this movement. So you'll know that from that 33-minute movement session. For example, with the shoulder, we repeat that shoulder circle several times. My cues are getting you to become really mindful and notice the patterns of behavior there. And you know, when I ask you in the video, do you notice if it's shaky or jerky? That's sensory motor amnesia. So when you feel the jerky, shaky movements, that's parts of your brain holding that movement pattern chronically tight. So the more we go through that gentle shoulder movement, for instance, we are starting to pandiculate and change the way your brain is talking to your muscles. It's so powerful, this work. And I just want to add a bit of a side note here. If you're watching this and you feel bound up and tight and you can hardly move, I want to reassure you that with pandiculation, it doesn't have to be huge. If you've been in a lot of pain, you don't have a lot of capacity in your muscles because there's so much lockdown and tight. So when you pandiculate, when you contract a muscle, it only has to be a micro movement, more of a contraction than your resting contraction. It can be micro, just a little bit more. That smidgen more is enough just to wake your brain map up, to take it out of that slumber, and then you can slowly start to release the muscle, even if it's a small little release there. So remember, it doesn't have to be big. If you're doing these movement sessions and you're finding that you're like really tight, achy, I encourage you just to go a bit smaller. My movements are always going to look big on the camera. They need to be big so you can see what I'm doing. But I'd like you to go with what you feel you need. Don't ever compare yourself with anyone else, because we exist in time. The way our nervous system is today is different from yesterday, and it will be different tomorrow. So how your nervous system is holding your muscles at this moment in time is what makes us incredibly mindful of this moment when we're doing our movement practice today. So that's why just remember, somas exist in time. We exist in time. So we just want to be curious and meet ourselves every time we get on the floor and just notice how we feel. Breathe into areas to create more openness through your chest. Allow, again, you're going to experience in today's gift how we're going to allow your face and your eyes just to soften and let go. Can't wait to share that with you, because it's going to be a beautiful accompaniment with what you've got already. I hope you enjoyed that extract there. And just as a little bit of a reminder for you, if you want to enjoy that 33-minute movement session, go to totalsomatics.com/gift. That's totalsomatics.com/gift. And within that 33-minute movement session, you will experience the power of pandiculation. And remember, less is more. So we don't have to make these movements big. We're changing the brain. We're changing the landscape in our brain. So it's a software reset. So we throw the ego out and we really become very mindful with what we do. And so just before I go, just to let you know that if you want to join the membership, the Total Somatics membership, go to totalsomatics.com, click on the Join Now page. And if the membership is currently closed, please leave your details in the box there. And the next time the membership doors open, you will be the very first to find out. In the meantime, if you want to add a little bit more onto that 33-minute movement session and create a little bit of variety and spice for your brain, please go to totalsomatics.com and then click on the shop page. And when you go to the shop page, you will see there is an array of audio workshops, or should I say audio classes and video workshops for you. So please enjoy them. They will really deepen your understanding so much more to what's going on underneath your amazing skin. So until next time, all my love and my very best wishes. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.